Standards exist for a reason. And oftentimes we have standards that masculines don't meet, and we still entertain them. It's like, if they don't meet the standards, there's no point of entertaining them because they don't meet the standards. So it's almost like having a cutoff. Like, okay, you have to be at least this tall in order to get on a ride. They don't sit there and tell you, oh, well, you know what? If you are 2 inches shorter, I'll make an exception for you. We don't make exceptions for nobody. You either meet the standard or you don't. And so a lot of these feminines are stuck on masculines that do not meet their standards. And unfortunately, you're going to be waiting forever because they'll never meet that standard. The standard is there. Hold the standard and be patient enough to wait for a masculine who can meet that standard. And so it's funny because, oftentimes we think that we can help the masculine along. We think that we can change them. We think that we can, prop them up. And you can't, because it's a masculine's job to meet the standard. And if he doesn't meet the standard on his own, then he loses. He doesn't win. And at the end of the day, you have to understand that we're the prize, not the masculine. The masculine is not a prize. It's the masculine's job to meet the standard and win the prize. It's not our responsibility to help the masculine along and, help him cheat so he can win the prize. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, because if you have to help the masculine along now, you're going to be helping him for the rest of his days. You're always going to be making exceptions for him. You're always going to be lowering your standards for him. You're always going to be bending the rules for him because he doesn't meet them. You deserve to be with somebody who meets the standards. You deserve to be with somebody who hits the mark every single time, right? And so when you're dealing with these kind of low-level sketchies, you always going to be making exceptions. And, the question is, if that's the case, why even have standards? But standards are in place for a reason.